Okay, fuck, here we are in studio, 48th floor. It's November 5th. I'm with my main man, RTB.
Yo.
And we got Ali fucking G.
What up, what up?
Yo, yo, yo,
It's been a while since we've been in here.
Yeah, man, we're slacking.
Cheers.
Slacking.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys. Cheers, bro.
Cheers. Cheers, Green.
Cheers.
Yeah. Okay, man, well, fuck it. Trump's going to lose.
Yeah,
it's almost
definite.
over.
Yeah. I'm thinking Biden, definitely is going to take this one. I was watching last night, and he's going to swing some of those states that were red states, and he's going to turn them blue, and then Trumpkin's gone. So goodbye, Trump, and good riddance. That's what I say, right?
I actually thought Trump was going to take it by a landslide. If I was a betting man, I would have said Trump by a landslide.
Yeah, really.
I would have, because the silent majority. I thought
Why
the
is that?
silent majority.
Because Donny G was pretty fucking convincing.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
You guys helped the move, I heard.
I
was
just figured no. I just figured like he would. It was just like it was like fate almost. Like, man, can you imagine if he did fucking win again? Holy fuck.
Well, what he did was actually pretty fucking impressive. He got like one of the biggest turnouts like in American history.
Yeah, definitely voter
You know what
turnout
I mean?
was
Like,
crazy.
so even if he doesn't come up and fucking take it, like it's pretty crazy how many people voted.
And it's crazy that he even got into office in the first place. So
Yeah.
you kind of got to give him credit on that. He was went from a celebrity, just a guy writing books, millionaire, billionaire, whatever, and now he's the president for 4 years. It kind of shows you that anybody could be the president.
The
And
Rock wins if he runs.
I would say The Rock wins.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say he's got a good chance.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking didn't Conway get some fucking votes or something?
Conway.
Or Kanye or fucking Conway.
Yeah,
Twitty,
people were
whatever
voting
his
for
fucking name
Kanye
is.
West.
That's right. Yeah.
I seen Jennifer Aniston posting it's not funny to vote for Kanye West. I thought it was, right? You know what I mean?
Oh, that's fucking.
But yeah, he got
That's
a few
awesome.
votes.
I think he got 60,000 or something altogether.
But I think that people they wanted a change out there, and that's what I think, right? And
Well, what fuck, man, this one's tough. Okay, so let's just go back 4 years.
right.
Okay, 4 years ago, Trump's coming down the fucking escalator, says he's fucking running. All the Democrats laughing, everybody laughing, the entire world fucking laughing.
I'm laughing too. So.
Some people, weren't laughing, but comes down the escalator, basically says he's gonna fucking win. He's gonna win. What does that lead into? It leads into fucking him fucking bad mouthing, being fucking racist, calling Mexicans. It was like a shit show.
Yes.
That like it was a train wreck, but everybody was watching. Like I thought it was fucking hilarious. Like I still go back and look at some of the clips.
You bet money on it.
Well, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I got him at 100 to 1.
But like, yeah, that's crazy. If you're thinking Trump at 100 to 1, and then he goes on and wins.
Yeah, but my problem is the biggest issue I had with it is Hillary Clinton fucking deserved it. The Democratic Party, they railroaded fucking Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders would have thumped Trump.
100%.
100%. He had the momentum, everything. So what happened is when they railroaded Sanders, they didn't want to vote for Hillary. So they just didn't vote. They also, another thing was, all the polls had fucking Hillary clobbering Trump. So people were like, there's no way that she's going to lose to this fucking jackass. So they didn't vote. And then, like, you could see it in their faces. I watched the whole thing. When they were fucking on CNN, they were like, oh, yeah, she's killing. And then they were like, like Trump's coming in. Oh, they're like, oh, we should have had way more people come out and vote. Way more people. And they were going red because all of them hate fucking Trump. But they knew, they're like, oh, fuck, he's going to win. And he won.
And also, people just didn't like her. And when she was, when they railroaded Sanders to get her that nomination, the Americans just didn't want her in there.
Yeah. Well, she's a clone, right?
Exactly. There
She's
you go.
a clone.
Exactly.
It's not even really Hillary. Hillary was hung up to hang or beheaded like years back for her crimes.
Oh,
right?
Don't get me started on that stuff, man.
Well, I'm just telling you what I've been told.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
That's another thing, man. What is going on the internet, man? Fuck, people are just blowing it up like crazy. The writing's on the wall. Trump's fucking losing. There's no way Trump's winning this.
Trump will not pull out the win. And I had a friend who lives in Seattle, and he posted a video today in Seattle, and Seattle's a ghost town right now, and everything's being boarded up.
Yeah.
And why is everything being boarded up? Because once Trump loses,
shit's gonna
hit the fucking fan out there. And I honestly, I've been alive for 43 years, and I can say that this for the first time, I've never felt the world so divided and people so divided over different things, and masks and COVID and all these different subjects going on. And I think there's going to be maybe a civil war in the United States, man.
Like
really
when do you foresee this? Like
right
next
after the
year?
election.
Right after the election?
Yep. Boom.
Fuck.
Riots.
I don't know, man.
It could snowball, man, because
Mark my words.
those guys are fucking nuts, man.
They're nuts out there. And
Trump was, especially if Trump, he's already doing it. He's filing lawsuits. He's basically saying that he was ripped off and that they're scamming him.
But if you look at the map of where Biden won most of his votes and where Trump did, right? It's basically a north versus south.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So
it's divided.
It's divided, right? Yeah. So you've got a divided country, and their de facto leader is now he's Trump's done.
Yeah.
So once Trump gets done, the shit's gonna hit the fan, guys. There's no doubt about it, right? Pass me one of those bad boys.
Here, I'll have a can, Gord, because we have to hear that.
Oh yeah.
Rattle Rattleson.
Cool. See that? You're like a ninja getting this one.
But see, I'm secretly loving all the Trump guys that are like secretly like it's eating at them right now.
Yeah.
And I know that like my brother and all these guys that are on Trump's bandwagon.
Yeah.
That I love every minute of this, right?
Yeah.
I'm soaking this in.
Yeah, for me, I don't even really care about that. What I care about is if you're wrong, you're wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was the same thing when the fucking 4 years ago when Trump got in. All those fucking guys that were saying Trump's a fucking moron. He's a racist.
I said it.
Yeah, there's no way he's gonna win. There's no way this, no way that. All of those guys, they had to eat their words, and a lot of them did. They came out, and said, "Hey, fuck."
But my thing is this:
the polls were wrong. We were wrong, and do that. But like the guys on the internet. Right. They're not gonna fucking admit anything. They're not wrong. They're digging in their heels, saying that fucking he's still gonna win somehow and pull this out, and it's a clone. Biden's a clone. Holy fuck! I saw the picture on the.
He's a clone too. Oh, I did not know that.
Oh god!
Wow.
So he's a hair sniffing clone.
Yeah. No, I think the hair sniffing guy is the real guy.
I think the sniffy guy is the real guy, and the guy that's now is a clone.
Oh wow.
Fuck. Because otherwise he'd be like trying to sniff kids in like,
That sounds fucking horrible. Sniff kids.
Oh boy.
No, but he sniffs adults too, right?
Yeah,
he's a sniffer.
Let's go back to this for a sec. So, like, what else is on the internet there? Like with the whole Trump thing, like because he's supposed to be the second coming of Christ or some shit like that.
Well, I've been looking into all that too, right? And it's just people in this QAnon group and all these groups that are going to realize in about 24 hours that Trump is not the second coming of God, and he's just a normal human being, and once he's out of office, he ain't gonna ever. He's done. He's done.
He ain't saving any fucking children.
Nope.
He's gonna go back to making money, business,
100%.
fucking on the golf course, and that's it. So,
of course.
Yeah.
Why would a guy like that, take whatever amount of money it is a year, $75,000, $100,000 a year? It's chump change to him.
I think it's $8 million.
To be the president? No, not
it's $1 million.
200,000.
It's like $200,000, man.
He already donated.
Yeah, that's gone. But my point to that is why would he? Once he's done, this is it. Yeah. He's gonna go into obscurity and just kind of
make money, like
just do what he always does, man. Build buildings, make money, and
rip people off.
Fuck hot women, I guess, right? Underage ones at that. So.
Yeah, well, that's crazy. So, what else have you heard on the internet about this, Marco? Are all the people still are the most of your friends on Facebook pro-Trump or what? Like, they're going to be pissed off if he loses?
Yeah. There's already people that, basically they're saying, no, they still think he's going to win. Like within a fucking couple weeks, something's going to happen. He's filing lawsuits. It's going to, there's a watermark on these fucking.
Yes, the Sharpie. I heard that one too.
There's some kind of a watermark on all these ballots. And once they recount those ballots, those are all going to be fucking void. And oh God, man. And they're spinning story after story after story. That's why I told like people on the internet today, like I threw it out there. Me and Rob Terryberry at studio, and we're punching people in the head. So if you want to come down, fucking get a punch in the head, and we can wake you up twice.
Exactly.
Right? We'll wake you up out of this fucking bad nightmare, and we'll wake you up off the ground.
Exactly. And I totally agree with that. Like it's
And
these guys.
go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead, Rob.
I was reading some. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was reading some of the comments on there, and one of them was like, "You gotta read Follow the Cabal, Marco."
Fuck, man. We've already been over this.
It all
shit,
spins right back.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Right back to where
But
it
even-
was.
Not one of those all I want is one of these fucking predictions to come true.
Right.
One.
Like I watched that entire movie, and then I watched a guy that took the entire movie and all 41 claims in the movie, and he took it and he debunked them. And one of them was in 2016 when Hillary Clinton erased all those emails.
Yeah.
You knew about it. Rob knew about it. Everybody here knew about it. But she claims that the mainstream media did not cover that at all.
Yeah.
That it did not happen. And she got away with it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's the most covered news story in 2016. Like, it's completely false. You're
erased
false.
emails.
You're just completely, it's a lie.
Yeah.
And one of them was in there, because I watched it, was that the Rothschilds helped Hitler fight the war. But I'm thinking, why would a prominent Jewish family help kill other Jewish people? It doesn't make much sense, right?
For money.
But come on.
But let's change the topic again because we've already covered all this shit.
I'm just going back to that.
I know. But it is weird how even though the elections on it all circles right back
Right.
to that shit.
And
that
then
shit.
the indictments.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like they're still Donny G's still talking about the fucking indictments.
Right.
I just want one of them to come true. Like just the most ridiculous ones I know that aren't going to come true, that's fine. But even one that kind of sounds like it could come true, please just come fucking true, man. Then change my mind.
Exactly.
But you can't spew a bunch of bullshit and not have one fucking thing come true out of like 1,000 predictions.
It's like when you're on TV and you're watching ghosts, right? A ghost hunter show, right?
Yeah.
And you always say to yourself, unless I see a ghost, I'm never going to believe it's real.
I believe. Yeah.
So if I take you to a haunted house tonight and you actually see a ghost, you're going to come home and I'm not going to be there. And you're going to say, Alex, I seen a ghost last night. I say, no, you didn't. No, I seen one. And you're going to believe it because you've seen it. But I didn't see it. But once I see it, I will believe it, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing these people are doing, right? It's the same. They're believing in ghosts that aren't there, right? You know what I mean? Things that just are not true.
Yeah.
100%.
So tell us about this bet that you have with a certain someone, Marco.
Oh fuck! I don't
On
even
the
know.
election.
He was just rambling, spewing bunch of fucking bullshit. I basically just said, if you want to do a friendly bet, I'll bet you $5,000. And he said,
Friendly.
it's
fucking friendly.
He said, no, let's just do $1,100. $1,100. What's going to happen is now he's filing all these lawsuits and there's watermarks on these fucking things. And Pelosi basically said that they're going to drag fucking Trump out if he doesn't leave by the inauguration. And it's not going to be fucking Trump. Or it's not going to be Biden. Like, it's going to be Trump.
Oh, my Lord.
Somehow, some way. Lawyers are all involved. And he's 100% sure of it. He texted me right after I made the bet and was like, I'm fucking so excited because he thinks he's getting $1,100.
Right? But he's really going to lose $1,100.
Oh,
And
boy.
it's over for Trump.
Yes.
It's done. And the writing is on the wall, and he can do whatever. Once you start grabbing at straws, like, I'm going to go to the Supreme Court and I'm going to do all that,
Yeah.
you're admitting defeat.
Yeah.
Well, like I also had a bet with Dan. Or sorry, with Dan. Fuck, whatever.
Yeah, whatever, Dan.
I had a bet with Dan about fucking JFK coming back to life on October 17th.
Right.
And I said that if he did come back to life and he was Donald Trump's running mate, that I would suck Marco's cock. Well, I don't have to suck Marco's cock because it didn't come true.
Well, be glad that it didn't come true, number one. And number two,
Fuck, man.
we
I
all
would've
knew
been-
it wasn't going to, right?
I would have been sucking dick. I would have. I'm a man of my word, I think. Kind of.
Kind
Me
of.
too. I'd be like, Rob, well, you said it. You're going to have to
I have herpes and shit.
It is what it is.
you're
But
gross.
But to think that kind of stuff, I don't know, man. You got to have a screw loose, man.
Well,
You
no,
really do.
but the problem is millions of these fucking guys are
That's
thinking
what
that
I'm
way.
getting at.
That's the crazy thing. Like, I mean, I can guarantee you 100 fucking
You-
million of
you
those
made a
people
point earlier
are
about-
worldwide think that shit.
You made a point earlier about the reason back 4 years ago that a lot of people said Trump wasn't going to win because of this, right? My reasoning behind that was because he's a celebrity and he's kind of an idiot, and this is it's the same thing as now. Like, it's these people believe that like I didn't believe it, but Trump being president is a lot different than JFK coming back alive, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, and it seems like the more crazy and the more outlandish the fucking thing is, the more believable it is for these people.
That's what I'm saying. And I had Dan trying to convince me one night of things that I know are true that have been like proven that aren't true, and the things that should, like he's got it backwards, right? Like he's telling me Michael Jackson and all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't even that. I think Michael Jackson abused kids. I do.
Absolutely, he did.
And I think that he got away with it because he was a celebrity, and I think these people are turning a blind eye, and he's trying to tell me that Michael Jackson didn't, and I'm like, you think JFK Jr. is coming alive, but you don't think Michael Jackson touched kids.
Exactly.
My point, right?
They think the fucking craziest thing is
right,
true.
Right.
And then, no, he was good. He just liked hanging out with children in his bed.
Right. And did you know that he had an alarm set up? So if you came within like 10, 20 feet of his bedroom, it would like jingle an alarm in the room. And then
he would know he would throw their clothes back on.
Whatever,
with the kids
right?
And shit.
Dan's trying to tell me it's for the maid and stuff. I'm like, there ain't no maid gonna knock on Michael Jackson's door when he's got his door closed. It's just not happening, right?
No, it's
like,
true.
They just leave me alone, and if you come in there, you're fired. That's how that works.
Yeah.
And the jingle is for the maid not to open the door by accident, right?
Yeah.
It's creepy, man.
Yeah, it's creepy. No, so we all agree 100% Michael Jackson is...
I think he touched children. I don't know to what degree, but I know he did it.
Yeah.
And
I watched those documentaries. I believe every one of those kids.
I believe every one of them
every
too.
one of them's kids.
Yeah, but it's so weird that he wasn't like persecuted like other people were.
Because he died.
Well, it's because he died. He was like getting ready to go on fucking world tour again.
And it's go back to R. Kelly, okay?
Yeah.
If you go and back to the time when the internet first started and they had LimeWire and all that, you could go and watch a video of R. Kelly peeing on different girls, right? And then after that, I think they counted on the Breakfast Club or something that he did worked with 30 different celebrities from like Lady Gaga to whoever.
Yeah.
So people, like, did they just forget this guy has been peeing on little girls for 30 years? And, like, he's another guy. Like, it's like
he's finished now. Did you watch any of that?
He's totally finished.
Oh,
but you know what I'm saying? But he was allowed to like, he married Aaliyah.
Yeah.
He's been peeing on little girls, like whatever he's done, but he's still a celebrity and he's still.
Yeah. But the last 5 years, you fucking do something like you're finished.
You're finished.
You're pretty much finished.
Like look at Kevin Spacey or Matt Lauer, like all those kind of guys, right? They get caught and a lot of that. If you look at Kevin Spacey's background, he came from sexual abuse.
Yeah.
So a lot of those abusers never figured out why they got abused, and then they start abusing. That's usually what happens, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So,
but like in all fairness, wasn't Kevin Spacey wasn't it just one kid?
No.
No, multiple boys.
Was it
boys,
multiples?
Yeah.
See, I never heard that. Right?
Yeah. Other people came forward.
And apparently he was very inappropriate just in general, like just.
But you want to know, out of all of that shit that was happening and people were getting accused of shit, you want to know one thing I did agree with it, and I know he never raped anybody or touched anybody, was Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
I think he was one of the first people to get ahead of it and say, I grabbed bums or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I grabbed women's asses.
Well,
it's just when you go back to somebody that's so iconic like that, and just the way it was, holy fuck, man. Like, to be realistic, Jesus Christ, man. Like, you remember some of the parties I'd go to? I would I would hear some girls outside the washroom. I would walk out with my fucking wiener hanging out.
Right.
I would drink beers. I would talk to them for 3 or 4 minutes until they would realize my fucking cock's out. And, that was funny to me, right?
I had an argument the other night with someone on Facebook, and it was a girl that we went to high school with. And, excuse me, she was talking about, we were talking about Trump, and I'm like, Trump, walking in on, 17-year-old girls and, this and that. And she was defending it kind of, right? And I said, it's no different than when we grew up and the dead cronies were around and they were banging all the girls in our high school. Those guys were grown men and they were banging 16-year-old, 17-year-old girls. Those guys were pedophiles.
Yeah.
Those, no matter, they're cool. No, they're not cool.
Yeah.
They're pedophiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, the Dead Cronies is they used to sing a song called "Phasing Out on Heroin."
They used to run a little shack that we used to buy marijuana from and mushrooms. And to be honest with you, these guys were grown men, and they would
Yeah.
hit on girls between the ages of 15 to
13.
even younger.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I saw some grade 8s fucking hanging out there.
There you go. And they would sell drugs to these girls and then have sex with them. And I know they had sex with them. So my whole point is everybody turned a blind eye back then.
Well,
right?
yeah, but yeah, that's true. Everybody turned a blind
Right.
eye, and Dave Lucas was also in that part because he was stealing steaks
Right.
to
right.
to get masculine to feed these girls. You know,
Exactly. And what I'm getting at is it happens all the time, and we just let
does.
it go.
It's horrible.
But
So
it's changed now, though, because now I think if you do that,
agree.
like, you know, if you do something like, well, look at Headley. Headley fucking, you know, guy's a fucking rock star, kicks ass on Canadian Idol.
Right.
Well, I don't know if he's like a fucking harsh rock star.
he's a pretty
but-
big rock star in
Yeah,
Canada.
like, you know,
Yeah, he made it.
Yeah,
He made it
100%
to
they
stay.
did.
Okay,
That's
good. Okay.
Millionaires for sure, yeah.
This motherfucker's running around and he's meeting the girls, and when they're with their moms, he's telling the girls, come backstage, but get rid of your mom. And she's like, well, fuck, I'm only 15. He's like, no, that's no problem. And he's telling them, and
Right.
they do. They'll get rid of the moms. He's going backstage with them and shit. It's like, are you fucking kidding me,
But how
man?
easy is it to go up to your mom at a concert and say, Mom, the guy, they want me to come backstage, but they only have passes for me and my friend. Can you just
Yeah.
wait in the car?
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
And you think you're going back there to take snaps and pictures.
Yeah.
But in reality, you're going back there to get sexually assaulted by some guy
Yeah.
that you're infatuated with.
Yeah.
And it's more probably when they leave and they realize, ooh,
Uh-oh.
that wasn't right.
But how the fuck does he think he can get away with it? That
I
one
have
kid's
no
not going to go tell her
idea.
parents.
Same way
like,
that
what
we
happened?
all, like living legend, Kobe Bryant, right? He did the same thing. He got caught sodomizing a woman in a college dorm room, and we all forget about that.
I know, but that's a college kid, okay? Like, this is a 15-year-old girl that this guy was doing.
He is still a grown man. He's still a grown man, and she is still 17, 18 years old. And he forcefully sodomized her. And what I'm saying is, we all turned a blind eye to it because it's Kobe Bryant, right?
I get that. I get that. But, you know, like, if my kid was at a fucking Headley concert and came out, like, went in there all excited and came out all, like,
Right.
distraught, I'd be like, what the fuck happened?
But you
And I
might
would
not hear
drag
about
it out of
that.
little fucker.
She might go home, wait till the door's shut, and then cry on her pillow about that, and never say a word.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you would always know
Like a
something
lot of
happened,
victims.
right?
Right? Like you look at
Like a
Harvey
lot of
Weinstein.
victims, I get it.
Rose McGowan first got
Yeah.
assaulted by Harvey Weinstein, signed a non-disclosure agreement, got paid $400,000 or $500,000 or whatever it was, and then she came back and outed him 10 years later. And why? Because the mental strain of that every day. You started looking at her shaving her head. She started looking weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then what it is, it took her toll, and it was like, I don't care anymore. Sue me, because she knew the ship was sinking, and his money's gone.
Yeah.
So now it's time.
Okay, cool. This is good. Let's
Right.
touch on Harvey Weinstein for a couple more minutes.
Go ahead.
here.
Okay,
Go
but
ahead.
and the non-disclosure agreement is null and void at that point.
That's right.
Because it has rape on it.
That's
And
correct.
sexual assault on
And
it.
what they
So
did is
it's
they
null
found a
and void.
loophole for her to come out and say something. And when she did, people shunned her. She can't work in Hollywood no more, man. She was
Yeah, but here's the thing. I bet you she can now, right?
but how would she? Because the embarrassment of it all, and she'll always be known as
She's under trauma. Like,
she'll
get
always
it.
be
I
known
get
as
it.
the woman that brought her. It's like Monica Lewinsky. No matter where she goes in life, what's she going to be remembered for?
I don't know. I always thought Monica Lewinsky was fucking hot.
I did
so-
too, but she's always going to be remembered for giving the president a blowjob.
Or the cigar, yeah.
Right. So you know what I mean. So certain people are always going to be remembered for you know what I mean for certain things, right?
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying, right?
yeah, well, here's the thing with Harvey. Harvey fucking basically was a fucking bully.
Correct.
He was a
100%.
bully. Like he's a predator and a fucking bully.
That's to men and women.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So what he did was he fucking basically he knew they had a lot of money, and he could do anything he wanted because what did they do? The lawyers would contact his lawyer and go, we got another problem with Harvey.
Right.
They would go, okay, well, here's 330,000. Actually, it was something like this. So what did he do? They would tell him, and they go, you're in the 550.
Like they had a chart.
Yeah, they had a chart with
yeah,
certain things. You're in the $550,000 range. And then they would fucking write a check.
And-
And like
and-
the worst that he did was the more money that they would. Actually, hold on a second here. Yeah, no, you're in.
Oh, you're a 5 and a 6?
I read-
Yeah, you're in the $750,000 range. Okay, yeah, we're gonna send over the fucking paperwork for you to sign off on this,
I read-
and we fucking give a check. They paid like fucking millions of dollars.
What did you read, Greenback?
I read that he tried to do something to Angelina Jolie, and Brad Pitt almost kicked this, like annihilated him.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a known fact. I think it was George Clooney that also said
Yeah.
that he
Yeah,
he
crossed
knew
the boundaries
and he
and he was
crossed the
gonna kick
boundaries
his
too many
ass.
times, and he was going to kick the shit out of these guys,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I'm surprised.
It's weird that nobody did.
That's what I'm saying. Like Terry Crews said that Harvey Weinstein grabbed his nuts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're Terry Crews. Why wouldn't you just annihilate these
Because
guys?
you know what?
But you're not going to work in Hollywood again.
Exactly.
So you get your nuts grabbed
Yeah.
for $10 million.
Yeah.
I might do it, right?
Yeah.
Can't say I wouldn't, right? Probably shut my mouth too. I'm just saying I probably would, right?
Yeah. Well, because you're in shock. First off, you're thinking, okay, this is a big time Hollywood fucking producer, and like the guy's fucking grabbing my fucking wiener. Like, what the fuck?
Right? It's not like when our friend used to do it. We all know
Yeah.
what we're talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? He used to grab my wiener, right? And like try to grab.